Hello, I'm Frank Don, a professional astrologer and intuitive, and today I'd like to shed some light on life. Everything works according to plan, despite all the hand-wringing and bemoaning at the state of affairs in the world at large. Things are unfolding naturally and in the way they should. Surprised regarding that fact? You shouldn't be. Life is all about cycles, phases, seasons, and variations on themes. There have been different epochs, different eras, different cycles in human history. And these cycles of humankind history tend to be about 2,200 years in duration. Historically, we can see through astrology this transition from one astrological sign back into another astrological sign. This period of 2,160 years is different ages, as various epochs and unique ages indicated in history and in the symbology of these times. Back in the late 1960s, a rock musical Hair proclaimed, "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius." According to astrology, we are on the threshold of the Piscean age and the Aquarian age. We're moving from the Piscean age and entering the Aquarian age. The Piscean age from which we are departing was the age of the great teacher, the great teachers, and personal salvation through the master teacher. Humanity was offered wisdom and understanding through the master teacher, and this age had various master teachers in the form of such beings as Zoroaster, Confucius, Lao Tse, Gautama Buddha, Jesus the Christ, and Mohammed, the prophet of Islam. And it was through following the teachings of the master teacher that we as individuals could come to self-realization. We were to be the students, the disciples to the wisdom of the teacher. The Piscean age was epitomized by Jesus the Christ. As indicated in the Christian Bible's book of Matthew, the wise men set off from the east in search of the prophesied master teacher when they saw a brilliant star in the night sky. Astronomers subsequently have referred to this brilliant star as the coming together in conjunction of Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn in the constellation of Pisces. Now, in acknowledgement of the law of three that's operational here on the Earth plane, the star was seen by the wise men 3 times. First, when they set off from the east, a second time when they visit with Herod in Jerusalem, and the third time when they come to Bethlehem and come upon the baby Jesus. In Jesus, his life and work to become the Christ, we see various representations of the Piscean era. The early Christians would draw the sign of a fish in the sand to indicate their faith. The fish is a symbol for the sign of Pisces. It's a water sign, with the 2 fishes joined together, one fish swimming down from spirit into matter, the other fish swimming up from matter into spirit. Spirit and matter bound together. Water is often indicated in the symbology of Christianity as seen in Jesus making of his disciples fishers of men, his turning water into wine, his casting bread upon the water, and his walking on water. During this age of Pisces, water became a primary source of transportation as the world grew smaller with naval explorations and discoveries of new worlds. New trade routes were devised by means of transoceanic shipping. Now, the opposite sign of Pisces is Virgo, and opposites complement each other. This complement of opposites is seen in the symbol of a Tao, where we have both the yin and the yang energies. They complete each other to create the Tao. And we see within the yin the apparent seat of its opposite, the yang energy, and within the yang the apparent seat of its opposite, the yin energy. During the Piscean age, personal salvation was gained through the master teacher. The opposite sign of the water sign Pisces is the earth sign Virgo. The Virgo influence emphasized service consciousness and has often been referred to as the work ethic. The sense of laboring in the fields, dealing with the hardships and adversity of earth life, and doing so with the promise of some eventual nirvana, some future paradise after journeying through the earth plane, was held by various religious cults that were spawned from the spiritual teachings of master teachers. The Virgo influence was also felt during this Piscean age with the Age of Reason, which influenced and bolstered the concept of scientific materialism and advocated reason over revelation, empirical proof over spiritual belief. While duality in nature calls for balance and integration of the opposite polarities, the complements Often the balancing is like a metronome, swinging from one side to the other, necessitating more of this and then more of that before finding the point of equilibrium, the balance, integration, and transformation. Prior to the Piscean Age was the Age of Aries, and the fire sign of Aries was epitomized by Moses and the Jewish people. The sign of Aries is symbolized by the ram. The shofar, the ram's horn, was used to signal battle. It was used in festivals. The Jews used the lamb's blood on the door mantle in order for the angel of death to pass over. Jehovah appeared to Moses in a burning bush. And when Moses came down from the mount and saw the Israelites worshiping a graven image, what really burned him was the form of the graven image, for it was the image of a golden calf, the bull being representative of the previous age, the age before the Age of Aries, which was the age of Taurus, symbolized by the bull, the previous age, and the age from which Moses had led his people out of bondage. The opposite sign in complement to Aries is Libra, symbolized by the balance of the scales. During this epoch of human history, during this age of Aries, rules, laws, and regulations became paramount to the competent structure of society, the balancing act for humankind. That was then, and this is now, and we are entering the age of Aquarius, a sign symbolized by the water bearer spreading the water upon the land. An air sign, the Aquarian age allows the true knowledge and wisdom teachings to be spread across the land for all who are able to see, for those able to hear. We are no longer dependent upon the master teacher for personal salvation. It is now our responsibility, each of us, every one of us, to take our own individual journey to personal salvation and self-realization. The age of Aquarius has opened the door to aeronautic travel and travel beyond the earth realms into the heavens above. The age of Aquarius is a revolutionary age. An age where emphasis is placed upon the individual, upon human freedom and the sense of liberty and equality. The complementary sign to Aquarius is the sign Leo. Leo puts emphasis upon entertainment and personal creative self-expression, an attribute made easy by the technological advances of computers, internet, blogs, digital cameras, video cams, and other technological format that all provide easy access and the opportunity of personal verbal expression. Creativity has been sparked by software programs where the individual can create music, film, video, print-on-demand publications, education through MOOCs, those massive open online courses, and multimedia presentations. Video games, simulations, and educational gaming have been spawned under the influence of Aquarius. And remote control war carried out by drones, controlled from a distance, is also indicative of this age of Aquarius. Just as there are complementary signs in astrology, the nature of duality on the earth plane also recognizes that tools, techniques, and behavior can be for good or they can be for bad. We are at the junction of two ages. As a new age seeks to make itself known and become the more dominant force, so too does the old age, the age in process of passing away, try to hold on, reassert itself, and defy the natural unfolding with the old age passing away, the new age becoming predominant. At this junction of these two ages, we see the religious outfits and spiritual cults affirming the dominance of the teacher, the leader, often in a patriarchal way of taking care of. Although the master-disciple relationship was the heart of the Piscean age, this relationship denigrated into a master-slave relationship, where control was given to the powers that be, at the expense of the individual, who could only follow the lead of the master. The Aquarian age speaks to the significance of the individual, the recognition that each individual has the right to be given the opportunity to express and exhibit their own particular uniqueness. In truth, like a snowflake, each of us is totally individual, unique in our own ways. This new age of Aquarius allows each individual to sparkle, to let their light shine, and in so doing, increase the brilliance of the human race. Let it shine, let it shine, let your light shine.